just like that. She throwing it back, she throwing it back, just like that, just like that. She throwing it back, she throwing it back, just like that, just like that. She throwing it.
Chelsea, baby, send me a beat. I always knew I can do this. Hold on, be quiet, don't say shit. I always knew I can do this. Hold on, be quiet, don't say shit. I always knew that I can do this. Hold on, wait, be quiet, don't say shit.
Impactful show. This is why I always love doing Breakfast Club. I've probably been on like maybe 6-7 times at this point over the years. Now, one of my members, Rob2 CT Boy, had an interesting question. He said, do you think the Breakfast Club ruined Tyla's career when she didn't answer that question about a race?
No, that had nothing to do with Breakfast Club. I was doing what any media platform should have done, which is ask a question. If anybody, hurt Tyla, it was her label,
How so?
Because they should prep her for those kind of questions. Like, if you're a label, if you're a publicist.
No, that's a fact. I do agree with Charlemagne. The label definitely, that's the label fault. Because at the end of the day, just like when people go on Vlad, they be like, oh, Vlad got this person locked up and this and that and this and that. Right? It's up to you to answer the question. It's up to you. You feel me? So it's like her label, that's her label fault. After it's her label fault, then it's her fault, because even if the label prep you or not, you still supposed to know what you can say and can't say. If you're not taking the Kanye route, shout out to Ye, But if you're not taking the Kanye or Ye, whatever he want to be called, route of, hey, I'm going to say what I want, do what I want. I don't care about the backlash. I don't care about anybody's feelings or anything. Then, hey, by all means. But I'm pretty sure she was not expecting that. You feel me? Because word around town, she lost fans. Because some of her fans was fans think she on some colorist type of stuff or whatever the stuff, case may be, et cetera, et cetera. My observations, I'm not even gonna say that. Let's get back to the interview.
And you're taking your artist on her media rounds or him on his media rounds, what's out there. You know what could potentially be asked. It's not like she hadn't been asked that question before. And I've seen her answer that question on social media in a very eloquent way. So just prep her to answer that question when it's asked.
So what was the question exactly?
Man, to go back, man, they came in, which you never do on Breakfast Club, because I don't even know why they would even try to play with us like that, as if we've ever followed those rules. They came in there with a list of things they did not want us to ask her.
Well, to be fair though, I usually have 1 or 2 questions that I want to cover. And you guys have always respected it.
Yeah, but
every single time.
But 6 or 7?
Yeah.
And I'm like, come on, and it was like stuff like, I just did Kai Cenat, and it was the whole, it was like a sign or something.
We friends though.
We friends though, yeah. They didn't want us to ask about Kai Cenat. They didn't want us to ask something about Chris Brown. I guess she had been on Chris Brown's tour or something. Was it Chris Brown? It was somebody. It was just a list of questions, and I'm like, we might as well not even do this conversation. Like, this doesn't even make any sense. And sometimes, man, I'm not going to front. I can be an asshole, and it's like, I get really pissed off at the labels for even trying us like that. And what I did tell the label was, I'm not abiding by anything on this list. I don't know if anybody else in the room is, but I'm telling you that I'm not. So take this time to go prepare your guests. I mean, your artist. They didn't take the time to prepare her. And so when I asked the question, you saw her turn around and look to the representatives of the label.
Oh, what was the question?
It was about the colorism, wasn't it? It was about the colorism statement.
She said she's not black, she's colored?
Yeah, by the way, I was just...
But isn't that what they say in South Africa?
That's why I asked the question. I don't know. I mean, I know now, but I asked that question to give her an opportunity to answer. It's not like I attacked her and was like, you said such and such. I was like, yo, what was up with, you saying blah, blah, blah about, your color? And she just turned around and looked at the label. So, like Drake, you make things worse for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you turn and look to the label for a lifeline? And then the person from the label was like, could you please not, ask that question? Could you please not, ask that question? Could we just move on? So they kind of made it worse for themselves. But I also don't think that's the reason why, Tyla's last album didn't do well.
3,700 copies sold his first week.
Yeah, but nobody wasn't...
37. Yo, that's like SoundCloud numbers.
But it's a 4-song EP that I saw no promotion for.
Still, though, you're talking about what people are considering a major artist.
Mm-hmm. Man, labels still got to do their work, Vlad. That's the problem I have with a lot of these major labels, man. They're not doing any...
Look, when we get in talking about numbers and stuff like that, if that artist is signed and that artist is not doing good, bro, there's no excuse for them. You feel me? Especially if they care. There's no excuse because you got all the backup in the world. You got all the backup. You got all the resources in the world, all the money to promote yourself in the world. You signed by a major label and you're not doing good, bro. There's no excuses. I don't care. You a woman or a guy. I don't care.
He worked. Like, think about all of these great projects that came out. Jid project came out. Like, where's the single, for Jid's project? He got that banger record Skate with Earth Gang.
And mind you, you can show her some grace. I mean, she just didn't know, being yourself, when being yourself goes wrong. You feel me? So, I mean, I would give her some grace. I mean, shit, you know, but that's just how some folks in Africa is. You feel me? They don't want to be labeled as black. They'll let you know where they from or whatever the case may be. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I mean, you know, but I'm just letting you know.
And Sierra on it. I don't see nobody working that record at radio. I don't see, a major video for that record anywhere. Like, where are the billboards and the posters and everything when these artists drop on these major labels? Like, these labels are not doing their job. I had no idea Tyla was coming out. The problem with these labels, man, is they think that they can rely on the internet for everything. And they also are relying on the artist's social media followers. Just post that your album's coming out. That shit ain't gonna work. Like, you gotta go out there and fucking, beat the soil, put your boots on the ground.
Run, but we saw what happened last time she did a media run, so here we are.
Well, once again, prep your artists. One thing everybody should learn this year, man, learn from the clips. Learn from Pusha T and Malice. Mm-hmm. Everybody's talking about how genius their rollout was. Glad their rollout wasn't genius.
That was a regular rollout.
It was just a rollout. I
just ran into him in Atlanta a couple days ago.
It was just a rollout. We don't see those anymore. They did interviews.
They did listening parties.
They did listening parties. They put out music.
That's been done for 50 years, 100 years.
Lost art, though. Lost art. Because that's why everybody was just so, oh my God, the clips rollout was amazing. No, you young motherfuckers, y'all just ain't never seen a real rollout. That's what should have happened with Jid. That's what should have happened with the Gunners of the world. Offset got an album coming out, I think, this Friday. Same thing. I mean, he is, though. You see Offset, making his rounds. And Offset got a record. Like, when the artist does what they're supposed to do and they deliver you great music and they making the rounds, hey, record label, could you fucking do your job? Like, I want to root for record labels, but sometimes I get pissed off at record labels the same way I get pissed off at, radio executives. Because it's like, do you forget why we're here? You know what I'm saying? Like, even like radio, is as much as people want to shit on radio, 90% of the country still listens to the radio every day. And artists will tell you. I saw Rodney Jerkins sit here and say, like he said on Breakfast Club, that my biggest checks come from the radio publishing, those radio spins, not these streaming platforms. I saw Hitmaker on $1 Million Worth of Game saying the same thing. Jermaine Dupri said the same thing. So it's just like, why are these labels trying to keep artists from, number one, making radio records, and number two, going on radio runs? If you ask me, I think it's because they know that the label makes more from streaming than the artist does.
True.
So let me get the artist to focus on that. The artist focuses on that. That's more money in our pocket, as opposed to him getting a big ass check for his, publishing that we don't get any cut of.
That's a fact. That's a fact. They'll try to get you, but make sure y'all check the links in my description. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Throwing it back, just like that, just like that. Throwing it back, throwing it back, just like that, just like that. She throwing it back, just like that, just like that. She throwing it.
Chelsea, baby, send me a beat. I always knew I can do this. Hold on, be quiet, don't say shit. I always knew I can do this. Hold on, be quiet, don't say shit. I always knew that I can do this. Hold on, wait, be quiet, don't say shit.